Okay, we're here, and you guys are here, and I've got some people here. So I got a lot of people. So we have guests. All right. So what's going on, everybody? How we doing tonight? We've got a lot of fun going on tonight. I've got some guests. I'm clicking buttons, as you guys can see. I'm just like clicking stuff, and people are moving around the screen. It's crazy. Right? It's magical. I am by no means a YouTube genius when it comes to this thing, but we're going to try some stuff out. So, hello. How are you? I see all you guys in the chat. If you haven't already, if you're here, hit the thumbs up. Do that. But we've got some mods. I wanted to bring on some non-YouTubers to the channel tonight. So I've got Medic, you guys know from YouTube mods. And I got Seamus, a.k.a. Batman.
He is
hello. He's here. So you guys see them in fact, they're in the chats right now. And they're the ones who keep me straight and don't let me run off the rails too far. So, yeah. And you too, because sometimes the chat gets a little weird and they just crack the whip. And that's the end of that. So let's see who we got here tonight. We got a lot of people. Lots of toys to see. Nerdy Niecy's in the house. Stephen Provost is in the house. Well, I see all you guys. If you're here, say hello. Let me know where you're from. What part of the world are you at? I'd like to know that. I'm in North Carolina. Medics. Seamus is in Gotham. Medic, where are you technically?
I am just about an hour east of Raleigh.
Oh, he's getting specific. That's way more specific than Gotham.
Well, Gotham, you know exactly where Gotham is. I mean,
right. Gotham's right next to Metropolis in that fake city that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Unlike in the Marvel universe where they do battle in New York.
Well, DC. What are you gonna do?
Seamus, where you at, man?
Well, I'm here. I'm just waiting. I was waiting for you guys to get all your DC all out of your blood. All the bad DC talk.
That'll keep coming. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the New York could be compared to Gotham, dirty, gritty. In all actual facts,
it could.
I mean, it can't be any worse than New York after the first Avengers movie. I mean, let's just face it.
Yeah, they tore it up pretty good. And the interesting thing about the Avengers movie is like the U.S. government was ready to freaking blow a nuke in New York.
Exactly.
What the hell were they thinking?
But in all fairness, they try to do that in the same with Dark Knight. So in the movies with the Nolan series as well.
That's true. I guess people just want to blow up cities. I don't understand. It's kind of weird. Comics are weird, man. We got Australia in the house, Phoenix, North Carolina, South Texas, as opposed to North Texas, Toronto, Mississippi, Central Ohio, Metropolis area. Someone's from Metropolis. Look at all you guys. Woo. All right. So here's what we're going to talk about tonight. We got some 6-scale talk tonight. I told these guys we were going to talk about Funko Pops for an hour.
No.
And they all said
pass. No, that's what I said. I said I'll pass on that. Yeah.
I did the SpongeBob. I'm out.
So
and I know it's bad about saying that because I technically run a Funko group, but yeah, that's bad.
It's okay. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about 6-scale stuff tonight. So I thought it would be fun, rather than having some other YouTubers on here that collect like piles and piles of 6-scale figures. I thought it'd be fun to have some of these two guys. Number one, they're active in the groups. But I thought it'd be fun to have some collectors that don't buy everything and to talk about the stuff that has been announced by Hot Toys here recently, stuff that maybe we want to see, and then kind of collecting in general. And we'll be here for about an hour. We're not going to go too crazy. And depending on what you guys say. But I thought we'd talk about that. So this year, actually, it took us, let's see here, Seamus, it only took a year and a half of chat and convincing and swaying and talking to get your first 6-scale figure. Is that right?
I mean, for the most part. And the thing is, it was always a price point, right? I mean, let's be let's be honest and let's be real. Like Funko collectors, they're affordable, right? We've had this conversation how many times amongst yourself in your mini videos. So when you're looking at a Funko and you can buy it for $10 to $15, I mean, yeah, you're more likely to jump on that. When you're looking at price tags anywhere from $225 to $400, I can tell you which one I'm going to buy first.
Right.
Right. But again, this all comes back to the key point is your collection pays for your collection, right? So if you have a $10 Funko that now turns into a $400 item, guess which one's going to leave out of my collection the fastest to pay for something DC related?
Right.
It's going to be that $400 Funko.
And that's what we finally got him to do after a year and a half.
That's right.
Well,
I want to give a shout out to the Pop Economist in the chat. I see him in here. So shout out to Pop Economist in here. He's taking over the pop. He's taking over the pop game. And so I just wanted to say, best of luck to you, man. And that's all. I just want to say that. But yeah, he's right. If you can take something that you spent $10 or $15 on, and over a course of period of time, it turns into $300. It's not a big jump to sell it and get something else, or if you want a statue or if you want a piece of art or something like that,
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll pump the brakes on the statues there, man. We're not on that level yet.
That's our next
You've already ordered
that's
statues. Don't even give me that.
We're not getting there yet. I'll stick with my 6-scale collection for now.
Says the guy who's ordered 2 Batman statues.
What 2 Batman statues?
Didn't you get some?
Are you talking about the 1/10 scale Iron Studios? Okay. All right. Yes, you are correct. I apologize to the chat, but when I'm thinking statues, I'm thinking premium format, Prime 1, stuff like that. That stuff there, I am not touching.
Right. Well, the chat, you guys are funny. That's right. So tell everybody, Seamus, your first 6-scale figure and what finally convinced you to buy it, because I know there's 6,000 people in the Facebook group now, pretty close to it, and a lot of those are Funko collectors who are thinking about getting their first one. I can see it every day. What finally pushed? What was the straw?
Well, okay, so I started liking a lot of the figures as far as like Stan Lee and DC. I've always liked the Arkham Knight series that Hot Toys released from the video game. But to me, at first, I kind of pictured them as like a big action figure, like a Marvel Legend, kind of that style thing. And I'm not really into Marvel Legends. That never enticed me. So with a mutual friend of ours, Mark, did a video with his collection and showed me some things that on his and explained why. And once he did that, I got a little bit more interested. And then you guys said, you could take that volatile Funko Pop that that volatile Funko Pop that was, fluctuating between 150 to whatever amount of money, and that could potentially be reissued by Funko, because we all know that they'd love to do that and could kill the price of it. So I took advantage of it, sold the thing, and actually my first hot toy wasn't even a DC. It was a Marvel. It was Stan Lee. And I'm gonna tell everybody right now, my first hot toy buy was a bad buy, and I learned my lesson of stay in your lane. Collect what you like, not what you think you like, or wait till the reviews come out, or wait till people have kind of put their hands on it. Some people like to buy up front, have a little bit of FOMO, which is also tied to Funko Pops. But I had to get a Batman in my hands, and once I did, it was over. I mean,
right
now he's got what, 3?
No, I have 4.
Oh, 4? Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
I mean, hand.
But in hand, I got 4 right now. But you also got to remember that's within less than 6 months, right?
We got him. He's hooked.
Yeah. Well,
I find the deals and he buys them.
Another
one.
Well, yeah. Well, that night the big sale that happened in the that other content creator had that big sale, and I mean prices, man. I mean, if you can find stuff close to retail or $150 less than what they're selling on average, then yeah, I'm going to try to jump on that. But my problem is I collect DC, and if you're a DC collector, get ready to shell out some cash because you're not buying things for retail right now. You're buying things at a aftermarket price, unless you're getting the new Batman that's coming out, but the reissue one.
Which, spoiler, I'm buying a DC figure.
No.
Yeah,
it's a thing. I know it's happening.
You know how proud I am right now.
I'm not even.
Chat?
Look, I'm not even. I mean, you guys have seen my collection. How much DC is in my collection? Zero. Now,
Nothing.
I get a lot of flack for that, but that's okay. Collect what you like.
Can I answer a question here?
Absolutely.
For
Which
Carlos?
question let me find it.
Carlos posted a question: which 4 Batman figures? Well, 2 of them are Batman. Actually, one of them are Batman. One's Arkham Knight. And I also got my actual first Arkham Knight figure was Deathstroke, because that is the most underrated hot toy, I believe, in that DC line of all of Hot Toys. But the 4th one is not even a DC figure. It's OG Mando, because, I mean, who doesn't love Mandalorian, really? So I didn't want the Beskar armor one. I really liked the OG Mando, kind of that Western style old armor. So I had to jump on that, and I was pretty quick to pre-order that one as well. So.
Yeah, good call. OG Mando is a good one.
Yeah.
So Seamus is new in the 6 scale collecting. Not new in collecting because he's a hoarder of other things.
Yes.
So, right? Is that true?
Yeah. He has a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm
We
a
all are.
Funko collector. I also collect a lot of comics. So yeah.
So we've got that, and then Medic bought his first 6 scale figure from me, I think, right?
No, my first one was actually that First Order Trooper.
Right.
But that was a mistake within itself.
You both made your first figures were mistakes.
Well, and I had that one for a long time, but obviously I bought what I thought would like, and it was also cheaper, so it was kind of dipping my toe in a cheaper aspect.
Yeah, let me rephrase. It was not a mistake, but a learning experience.
Yeah, learning, because it's definitely not top quality from what Hot Toys can do.
Right, yeah. The first
I think the second one was the one from you, though.
Yeah, the one of the clones of some sort.
That 212 Deluxe clone.
Yeah. Funny story, you got one back in your collections.
Sorta, kinda. It's in pieces right now.
That's a touchy subject, sir.
Oh, it is. Why don't you show us your new acquisition there, Medic? And
all right, let me grab it.
Show the chat what you got.
So this is a 2/12 Uda Power Clone. Problem is, and I'm going to take these off so they don't fall because they're going every which way, is the legs are like jello. He can't even hold his own weight. If I hold him, he does that. He won't stay up on his own, which is a common problem. Just this one was a lot worse than I anticipated it to be.
Right.
And in trying to fix it, by doing a body swap with this body, which is actually speaking of OG Mando, an OG Mando body that I got off of eBay, trying to do a swap on, didn't work.
Is it because of the fat suit or the actual body?
The actual body. I took the fat suit. I actually undid it and took the fat suit completely off. The body's too thick in a lot of places, too much junk in the trunk. His thighs are too thick on the body itself, so I couldn't even get the armor over the thighs.
Come on, Mando.
So yeah, he didn't skip leg day.
No.
So we're gonna figure out something with that and make it. We're gonna make it right one way or the other.
Gotcha.
But it's just gonna take some time and some effort.
So your first trooper your first figure was a First Order Trooper, which is not a terrible figure.
No, it's not. It's
just not very mobile.
Yeah, right. And it's also limited. I mean, he comes with a gun in like 4 hands. So
that's pretty much
2 or 3 sets.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you've had that. You've gone through phases where you've done all Star Wars, and then you did all helmeted figures, and then you did John.
I had a lot
you mixed.
I've changed it up constantly. I'm the type of person where I like a lot of figures, and I'll buy a lot, and then of course it'll sit on the shelf, and I'll get bored with it, and I'll see something that catches my attention more. So it's James talking about your collection, funding your collection. I'll sell the figure I'm no longer impressed with. I don't want to say impressed, but it's no longer my star figure. I'll move it on to something else and get the new thing, and I just repeat the process.
Yep. Good call. My collection has definitely changed. If I go back and watch my collection video from the beginning of last year to the one I just recently did, it has changed a lot. And you don't. And what happens with me is the cabinets get full, and I'm like, all right, got to make room, and so I'll dump 10 figures, 12 figures, whatever that is. And it'll be like what you said. It'll be the ones that I don't pose. I walk by and don't even notice that, those kind of things. I'm like, yeah, okay. Or it can be like, well, I can always get it back. If I really make it, I'll make a difference. Whatever, I can buy it back. Which I had to do with my Iron Man Mark 7. I had to get that one back. But I
bought figures more than I bought the same figure twice and have sold it twice. Just because I really enjoy it. But again, it looks really good on the shelf. But then something, I won't say better, but something I want more comes up, and it's like, okay, well, I can sell this figure for what I paid for it, and actually put money in my pocket and get that new figure.
Yep.
So
let your collection pay for your collection. I'm all in on that. I am in.
But I do have statues too, so there's that. And
he's got some statues I need. No, we won't go there just yet.
I mean, just say when.
Yeah. Aaron says, can we win a 6-scale figure of Jedha? I mean, we kind of are doing that. I mean, I am giving away an in-game Captain America, so technically, yes.
What should you get?
Wow. Well, let me go get my shovel real quick. It's getting deep in here. Hang on.
What? Come on. That was a legit reference. What are you talking about?
Captain America.
I've got the Infinity War beard, right?
I mean, you're not wrong on that level, but
I literally have it right here. Like, he's got long hair. I can never do the long hair thing. I just don't like long hair. But I think I think so. But yeah, I would love a 6-scale. Greg Cook has his own 6-scale statue of himself. So just saying, he got one of them 3D things made of him. But yeah, so if you guys don't know, if you're here for your first time, which some of you might be, I don't know, we got 300 some odd people here. We do have a Facebook group. These guys pretty much run it, and I cause trouble. That's pretty much what happens.
Slightly.
Right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good statement right there, sir.
All right, so there you go. So literally, these two run it. I really don't do much.
Yeah, you posted that picture of those.
The admin side of it, I don't really do too much on, because they do such a good job. So we do have a Facebook group, and over the past 19 days, I made a post earlier today. We've had like 1,000 people plus join in the last 3 weeks. And these guys have been pulling their hair out, going crazy, yelling at me, going, dude, there's too many requests. And so I just said, get some coffee.
Right. Yeah. Pretty well.
It's not stopping.
But we have odd hours though. Me and Medic, we're up late. We're always doing stuff. We're always, hunting, so to speak, online stuff. But,
so I wanted to talk about the people that don't make it in the group for a minute.
There was a good question that just popped up from just right about that, sir.
Oh, yeah? Where?
Yeah, Aaron Grove goes, I think I applied for your Facebook group, but I was declined.
Well, let's talk about why somebody might be declined. So I'll let you guys run it. You go. Whoever. Y'all cover it.
So go ahead, Medic.
All right. So when you apply to join the group, the first thing that comes up is 3 questions. They're simple questions. Do you pretty much agree? And it's pretty much, do you agree to follow the rules? Where'd you find Jedha? What is it? What's the second one? I can't remember. I see him every day now. I can't remember.
Not a buy-sell trade.
Yeah, not a buy-sell trade group. So, we just don't post it. And all you have to do is answer those questions. And I give it between an hour or 2 for you to come back and check. And because you can go back and check after you request and answer them. But if you don't, then I decline it. I don't block you unless you're either spam. Either you're like you look like a spam account because you're a brand new account. So if you're usually less, I try to play, and I do actually go look at profiles and investigate and see if these accounts are, new accounts or fake accounts or what. And if I have any suspicion, I just hit decline. So
hello, and hello also doesn't work, by the way.
Yeah, we got spam.
I just want to put that out.
We get a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't answer the questions, you're not going to make it in. If you made your Facebook account 3 minutes ago, probably not going to get in.
Yeah.
No. And here's the other thing. Also, for all of the people that are in the Facebook group that are also in this chat, which is a lot of you, but the one thing to remember is you also want to invite your friends. You're like, man, you guys got to really jump on board with this. I know you enjoy this as well. It's not just about a 6-scale community, because not everybody in there just collects 6-scale figures. So you invite your friends in. The thing is that your friends also got to answer those questions. If they don't answer those questions, those people will also not be able to get in. The one reason that we don't want to do that is that with the years of medic modding various different groups, I've modded other groups as well, is that we've kind of seen the bad, the good, and the ugly, so to speak. So a lot of it is with the buy, sell, and trade, where we really kind of emphasize that as a kind of a protection level for you all in the group. And because more drama, I'm going to put loose air quotes over that, happens over buy, sell, trade groups than anywhere else. The only place, like Jedha posts his threads, and they'll last a weekend. And this one that we recently did ran over, but that's no big deal. But the we allow people to sell whatever they want. Jedha himself, Medic, myself have all jumped on board with that, tried to sell items. But the group is specifically about talking about collection, not in particular any one thing of what you collect, anything that you collect. And it's all a positive place. If you collect only 6-scale figures and you see somebody post about Funkos, except in my classroom, if you see someone collecting Funkos and you don't like Funkos, that's cool. You can keep scrolling. It doesn't matter. You don't have to comment on everything. But to touch on that, and I know Jedha is probably going to talk about that a little bit, is that the page that Jedha has created is 90% activity throughout all of its people. And I'm going to tell you what, that's amazing.
It's crazy. We got 5,700 people in there, and like 5,200 of them are active. It's crazy, which is awesome. So the goal for the group was, one, to have a community of collectors on whatever you collect. They don't really care. To talk about collecting and figures and statues and whatever else, not to be another buy, sell, trade group that just gets into arguments. And I just, or they complain because, oh, you're asking too much for that and you're a scalper. I want to talk about figures. I want to talk about, I want to talk about collecting because that's what I like to do. But these guys right here definitely try to keep it in line. And those of you that are in the group, it is the best damn group on the Facebook. That's all I'm going to say. It just is. And there are some good ones. I'm just saying ours is the best. So
absolutely.
I'm just saying. Because there's no, it's just.
We rarely, the group handles itself. We rarely have to even step in and handle anything for the most part.
So I will tell you this. If you are not a Facebook user and you made your account yesterday and you want to join the group and you reach out to me and you say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. I just made this account, blah, 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 blah. And we verify you're an actual real person, we'll probably let you in.
Yeah.
Okay. I have done that multiple times. Okay. So if you have an Instagram account, that's what you do, and you wanted to join the Facebook group, just message us and we'll help you out. But if you made your account yesterday and it looks like you got a pro,
it looks post a picture of Boba Fett as your profile pic and have nothing else up there.
Yeah. Probably not gonna let you in.
Doesn't give anything to go off of.
Yeah. And the other thing too is if you have another collector group or a toy page or a sales page and you try to enter the group with that sales page, unless it's been approved by Jedha, that will not be cleared in as well. And I hate to sound awful, but we got to protect the people within the group. And
we don't want other companies coming in there and blowing up our group. We don't want that.
Right.
So. Yeah. All right. Well, we've talked about that enough. Let's get into the figures. Let's talk about releases. So I'm going to bring up, if I can, Not that page. This
Well,
page.
we're going to talk about figures. So let's talk about what's on your table.
Hold on. We'll get there.
You just said pump your brakes, man. Woo!
You did.
Hold this time.
All right.
Hold on. I want to make sure I got. There we go. All right, we can. I want to bring up some photos of it though. So let me. That's Dark Trooper. We're going to talk about Dark Troopers and Shore Troopers and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys don't know, if you're ever curious, the Hot Toys Facebook page has galleries of all their stuff. So I'll bring up this guy so you guys can see it. So Mark 85. Interesting stuff. So this figure, super controversial because of the change. Not necessarily the. I think most people were probably not upset at the portrait itself, but the fact that they changed it so drastically. I think that might have been the biggest thing. But it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Like the arm. Like I don't display mine with the portrait. I don't even care. But the armor is gorgeous. And then today, so what happened is Hot Toys goes, well, fine, we'll delay the release of this thing, move back to Q3, and you can exchange the head, and if you want to do that later on, which is great. So then, out of nowhere, Sideshow sends out these emails that, hey, your figure's coming. Like, what? Crazy. I have a theory about this, and you guys can let me know if you think I'm crazy. Because they really shouldn't have. This should be like the first batch. This batch that they're getting with Sideshow, if it in fact is the legit thing, which it may be, and probably is they're going to have the original portrait for this guy, and then they're going to do the exchange program for later on down the road. Q3, probably Q3 is what Hot Toys said earlier, and you can exchange the head. But Sideshow is going to get this first batch. I think the batch that Sideshow's getting are the people who changed their mind overseas and said, nah, I don't want it. And they've got so many of them because people are upset that Sideshow actually got a batch. Now, I'm just speculating. I have no idea. I don't.
Well, James Seed has made a good point, and I know he's in China, so he said that they're selling them. They're selling there, no problem. They just decided to go ahead and go with it anyway.
Yeah. The portrait is not bad. I mean, it's not what they showed us.
I liked it. I mean, I didn't have any problems with it when I saw the pictures.
But the people are upset because it was such a drastic change from what they advertised. And I get it. I understand. I get it. So I am happy for those of you who are able to get this now instead of Q3, Q4 of stateside. I will tell you that out of as I scroll through some of the photos here, out of all the Iron Man figures that I have, and I have been slowly amassing an army of Iron people, not even on purpose. This just kind of happened. This is one bulky, beautiful dude. It is gorgeous. I think when you get it in hand, the gold, if you like the Mark 46 concept with that paint scheme, it's on the money. It's gorgeous. It's heavy. It is legit. It's like I would say it's borderline War Machine heavy. It's got some weight to it. It's definitely got. It's significantly heavier than the Mark 50. If you've got that one, I felt like the Mark 50 felt more plastic. It in hand it feels more plastic than Mark 50 than this one. This one's definitely got more die cast. Definitely got some weight. It's a beautiful figure. So I would highly encourage you to pick this one up if you want it. Let me kind of go to the chat here if I lost my mouse on the other monitor. But that's my thought. Is that the die cast or plastic? It is definitely die cast, 100%. Let's see here. Draw One says, I had the battle damage version on pre-order, but I'm tempted to get the clean version instead. It's incredible. That's a good question. What do you guys say to that?
I initially was going to do the before I decided to stop with Marvel altogether, but I had the original on pre-order, and just because I like the cleaner look personally. Now, of course, having said that, the battle damage version is one of the most iconic moments in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. So it kind of, I mean, that's one of those things where you really, I'd have a hard time choosing just one.
Yeah. I have to, because of what I do, the platform I have, and the number of figures coming in for review and that kind of stuff, I have to, when people ask me those questions, like which one should I get, I have to sit back and go, not everybody's going to buy every figure, right? That's not going to be a thing.
Yep.
And I've got to be mindful of, what if I was only going to get one, like which one would I get? I'd get the battle damage one. If it was me and I was only going to get one, and the reason I will tell you this, because if you go to my Sideshow account right now, the only one I have on order is the battle damage one. It's the only one I put money on.
And see, it is iconic. It's a great. I mean, that moment will live in kind of movie infamy, so to speak, in the comic book world, or even in that genre. But myself, I would go with the clean version, and it's just because if I was to buy this, which I'm not going to be.
It's not DC. You're not even allowed near
it. Well, I mean, pump your brakes. I'm still thinking about Bucky. Okay, Bucky or Winter Soldier. I'm big about Winter Soldier, but. I love the clean look. I love the lines. I really do. I love his armor. I don't even really care about a head sculpt. That's never been a thing for me. I don't really care that they look like the people that portrayed that comic book character.
Right.
I'm more about the comic. Anything that's tying to the comic book or a video game itself, that's more where I lie. I don't really care about buying movie figures as much as the other.
Big Dog Pound one says, I need to start a GoFundMe page to buy Hot Toys. Who's with me?
I think everybody
can make that happen. I'm for you, man. Whatever.
By the way,
whatever it takes.
Hello to 6 Scale Scavengers, by the way.
6 Scale Scavengers in the house.
Just wanted to say hi to them.
Guys? By the way, they just had a live stream earlier, and I was there for a minute because I was at the gym. So I was trying to listen to you. I had you guys in my ear in one ear, and I had these other guys in Discord, and they were chatting while I was at the gym. So go check out 6 Scale Scavengers. Check out their YouTube channel, guys. We've got the 85 is gorgeous in person. Like the paint, it's still got some weathering because there's no such thing, I don't think, as like perfectly clean Iron Man figure. They do add some damage to it to make it look more realistic and less like a toy. And I really like the butterfly, the octopus, as somebody called it earlier. I like this little refocuser, they call it. But I think the coolest part is the freaking nano gauntlet. I like it. The battery sucks in it.
Things I like about that figure. Period.
What was that?
Says a lot of things I like about that figure. Period.
Yeah, I really would have wished this part lit up like LEDs.
That would be great.
That would have been cool. But then again, the batteries are so terrible that it doesn't really matter. 15
minutes of enjoyment and that's it.
They literally died while I was making the video. So
fun stuff
is what it is. But there's a lot of cool stuff going on with Iron Man. So you guys that are getting the Iron Man figure soon, I'm happy for you because it's pretty cool. But there's some other stuff coming out. So we didn't talk about this. So I talked about this in the 6 Scale News last night. And truth be known, I knew about this and I couldn't tell you guys, and I'm sorry. I felt like I had to get that off my chest. Anyways,
it's funny watching you squirm for a week. I'm just going to be honest with you.
I know.
You're like, I have this knowledge and it's right here, but I cannot provide it to anybody.
Can't say anything.
I loved watching you squirm. It's great.
Yeah. And it's like there's other, So anyways, there's that. Let's take a look at it. So the Dark Trooper drop at a weird time yesterday. That was really strange because like Hot Toys scooped me on my own video. I was like, girl. It's like, come on. I'm still working. But these are cool. These are kind of a controversial figure because, like I said in the video last night, as awesome as these figures are, they're not for everybody. It's definitely not. There's other characters we should have gotten before this, I think.
Oh man, that's an understatement.
Here we go.
Well, that's the thing though. That's what aggravates me about the Hot Toys, right? Is where are our key characters? Like, how long were these guys in here? These are our next Sith Trooper,
right?
Yes, they were in there longer than a Sith Trooper was, but Cara Dune. I mean, we all want that. I mean, there's so many characters in there. I mean, come on. I mean, I've pre-ordered all of the Mandalorians that they've released, but I didn't pre-order anything else, and I won't be pre-ordering the Dark Troopers at all. I'm not interested.
It's not for everybody, for sure.
No.
What about you, Medic? It's not one you're gonna pick up, is it?
Actually, I think I am, because I like the dark. I'm not going to get multiples, but I think I will get at least one, just because it's like it's almost like a K2 2.0.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal. It says, and I should have. I do have it right here. Oh, shoot, come here, you. So on the dimensions of this thing, it says it's 23 centimeters, which I think is 12.5 inches tall. And maybe it's not. Hold on, let me double check that. But I want to say it was 23 centimeters on the description or whatever. But I think it's not die cast. They're not advertising it as die cast. But they didn't advertise K2 as die cast. And he's got metal legs. I don't know. I do think there's some things to worry about with this Dark Trooper. So I want to chat about that. Let me see if I can pull up the dimensions here. There it is, Dark Trooper. $260 in the U.S., by the way. Not an inexpensive figure by any means. 12.8 inches tall.
Okay.
33. Yeah, anyways, 12.8 inches tall. So let's call it 12.8. So almost 13. So he's Iron Man size. He's not crazy size. But I think there's some issues with this particular figure that people are probably not thinking about. And then maybe some of you guys that have this figure right here are probably thinking about the joints. Very similar to this guy. In fact, they're just about identical. And the thing about it is the knees on K2SO, the knees are ratcheted. So there's that. That's good. But the elbows are not. And the elbows, if you've got a K2SO figure and you work that elbow too much, you will loosen that elbow to where it won't sit. It won't hold a weapon. It won't do anything. Mm-hmm. And the way they're posing these troopers, it's holding these weapons and these poses they're pulling off. Mm-hmm. If those elbows aren't ratcheted, that's going to be a problem. You're going to have loose elbowed Dark Troopers.
Going to have a sideshow all over again.
It's going to have a problem.
Well, that and for so for those collectors that are new collectors, and we've been in the Facebook group, we've had a lot of new collectors. We've seen the aftermath of them forcing joints to try to move into the position they want. And so there's been some brutality. So I would fear that if the joints are not ratcheting, we're going to see lots of pictures of broken arms.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. Be careful with your figures, all you new collectors. Be patient. Be patient.
Yep, take your time.
And spoiler, I've already told some of you guys this. If you don't know, I've got a video coming out probably this weekend because I've got some other stuff ahead of it. But I'm putting together a 1/6 scale toolkit for you guys on the stuff you need to have handy to pose or fix figures. So it's coming. It's not expensive. It's going to be super simple stuff you can get on Amazon, just easy stuff, Walmart, wherever. But I've got it coming. So some of you guys that actually have been breaking things, if you have these pieces, you can probably fix it in about 10 minutes. So that's coming for you guys. And some hacks to help you pose some stuff. In fact, I just unboxed this. This is actually part of my hack. If you guys are curious what the heck I've got going on over here. These are actually fabric magnets. So these are magnets to help you pose capes and cloaks and all kinds of goodies. So, yeah, these are super cool. I'll show you how to use these in the video. But I've got all kinds of fun stuff coming for you on that. So for all you people who break stuff, there you go. But I am super interested to see if the elbows on the joints on these Dark Troopers are ratcheted. Because if they're not, I think we're going to have some really upset people that pay $260 and then sales tax and then shipping on a figure for it to have loose joints.
Yep.
So you really
and then wait for the re-release to happen a few years later.
Yeah.
Because that's probably a thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. So we got look ahead, Collector Zone's in the house. What's up, Marcos? What's up, bro?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, so we definitely got a lot of new collectors in the group and in the channel, whatever. It's pretty awesome to see. We are Brendan really wants me to buy this figure, like bad.
Every day, every video, he has to throw in Alita in there. Every video. I don't think I've seen a video that you've put out that he hasn't announced it. And at this point, if it doesn't happen, I'm like, where's Brendan at? Is he okay?
Too, which is the bad part about it. But I'm really holding out for Shazam.
Yeah.
All right, listen. So I realized that this happened, and I one day we're gonna have Mark in here, and I'm just gonna be like, "Go ahead, Mark, give him all the reasons why we should have a Shazam figure."
I would buy it.
I know. I know. The thing is that there's no, for my 5-second rant, Hot Toys does not give DC any love, right? There's a whole world out there that they could do that they can make money from, and you're all giggling, but you know I'm right.
I was going to say DC love. So
well, that's a whole other topic that we could spend another hour on. But anyways,
yeah, we're not going to get down there.
Yeah. So, but the chat, I mean, that's the thing. What do you guys say in chat? If they actually started making comic book characters, thanks, Linda. If they actually started making comic book characters and Hot Toys figures, it actually started producing them more, would you guys buy them? That's a question.
And I've already committed because I made a change in November, whenever I made a change. I made a decision. I'm just going to buy everything. All right. Have that conversation with your spouse. I'll collect Star Wars and Marvel. No, I'm not gonna buy everything now. That's fine. But I'm just saying it's the DC side of this thing. I'm actually somewhat excited. I have been looking for a Batman figure to review. I have been looking on Mercari and Facebook groups and whatnot. I've been looking for a Batman, but I haven't landed on the right one yet. If that makes sense. I just reviewed the Joker, the DX11 Joker, which is over there somewhere. By the way, if anybody wants that, it's for sale. It's not mine. It's Kent's, but he is selling it. If anybody wants that figure that I actually reviewed, it's a fun. I'm not anti DC. I really just give DC a hard time for the sake of Sheamus. Honestly.
Well, they don't help themselves, so and we understand.
No, they have terrible movies.
Yeah, but I really think that if they made the ones that they made the prototypes for, Cesar Romero Joker. I mean, they've already made 66 Batman and Robin. Give us the Romero Joker, and then I know that would sell out. Yeah, there's too many to do. That's a good
call. Danny DeVito Penguin, I would be a cool figure, and Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, 100%.
Yeah,
100% buy that.
And I would have a custom made of her, of a diorama of her bedroom. That neon lights in the background.
PG-13. Where are we going here?
Yeah. It's not like that. It's not like that. So, but I mean, there's really, I think if you do get an Arkham line in your hands, I think it's going to have a little bit. It's going to have better movement than the First Order Trooper, but it's not going to have better movement than some others. I can tell you for a fact. But I think you're going to like the detailing of it. I really think you should talk to Greg and at least look at that Deathstroke, hold that Deathstroke in your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's one of the better, that's a great DC figure.
Well, KG says, and I get this question 4 million times a day, any news on the DX20 Heath Ledger Joker? So let me go ahead and throw this out there for those 400 people that are here watching this thing. Yes, there is news. But I can't tell you. That's the cop-out answer. But yes, there is news, and stay tuned. I mean, that's the best thing I can tell you. I don't know.
Tune in next week's kids.
Tune in, yeah. Same bad time.
Same bad channel. That's right. All day long.
Same bad time. Same bad channel. Yeah. So we've got Chinese New Year coming up very soon. Expect some releases. and some announcements, and then they'll have a little break, and then they'll do their thing. So that's
also I think we've missed a figure that I think people are wanting to hear about. That I can't believe I'm actually saying it because it's not a DC figure, but I think we're missing Cap.
Cap. Should we take a look at Cap?
Yeah, let's take a look at Cap.
Yeah, let's take a look at Cap. Let me pull up the gallery here for Cap. In fact, I've got to go back a while because it's been so long. I've got to go to their galleries and actually find the right gallery. But I'm going to pull up the not the D23 one because we know that one had issues. Well, I guess we can look at that. That's the newest one. Let's pull up the D23 Cap because I did own that one and I did sell it. Let's see here. Where are you? 85. It's been so long. I'm looking forward to that 2012 version Cap too, by the way. Whenever that one does end up dropping. Let's see here. Where are you? You've got to go back so far. Like there's so many Mandalorians. There's Mysterio. There it is. D23 Cap. Okay. So let me throw this on the screen for you guys. Let's go there. There we go. So D23 Cap. All right. This figure it was not perfect. It definitely had its issues. Orlando with the super chat. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Just pre-ordered first Hot Toy. So excited. Well, what the heck did you get? What?
You got to tell us what you got.
Yeah. Tell us what
Talk about a cliffhanger. Hey, man, I bought a toy. I'm not going to tell you.
Hold on. What's up? I got to know.
Yeah.
I got to know. What did you get? I got to know. Okay, I can't skip past that. So we'll wait on them. Iron Man Mark 85. Boom. That's how you start off a collection right there. Dang.
Well done.
That's awesome.
5 points.
That is awesome. That's a solid first figure. My first Hot Toy figure was the one I had in hand was Ray and BB-8, which I still own somewhere over there. Yeah, so an Iron Man figure would have been. I was so scared to buy my first Iron Man figure, which happened to be the Mark 46 from Civil War. That thing was $345 or whatever it was, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's expensive," and it is. Don't get me wrong; it's freaking expensive. But at that time, I was like, "There ain't no way, there ain't no way." And then they hooked me, and the rest is history. But congratulations, that's awesome. This Mark 85, the in-game Cap had its issues. Number one being the shield was wrong. The broken shield was broken the wrong way. Whether Hot Toys knew that or not in advance, I don't know because we got this figure last year. The star on the chest was too small. It was super restrictive as far as mobility goes, and that's the part I really didn't like about that figure. Because they used a rubber suit that was very similar to Infinity War Cap. If anybody has Infinity War Cap, that rubbery material, it was exactly the same. I mean, it was tough, it was thick in the joints, and it was tough. It was not a super fun figure to pose. And but it looked the part. If you had it in a museum pose, it was fine. The legs didn't have any issues with that. Same pants as Infinity War Cap. I mean, it was pretty much the same stuff. But yeah, it had some issues. The buckles were really strange. So on his straps here, the buckles weren't actually buckles. They were like added glue add-on thing. They were super small. It's freaking weird. So there's a lot to be desired in the in-game Cap. That being said, some people have asked, like, which Cap should I get? Should I go get Civil War Cap, Age of Ultron Cap, in-game Cap? I still think this is going to be the definitive Cap to get. So that's my thought. What do you guys say?
I'm going to say I'm going to be the guy that's kind of oddball. I think World War II Cap is my favorite just by what he wears. But again, I want to emphasize that I don't pose a lot of my figures the way you guys do. You guys spend a lot of time and a lot of effort, because it's not an easy thing to do. So I don't do a lot of that. But World War II Cap or Infinity War would be like those are the two I'd be kind of struggling to choose from.
Yeah, World War II Cap's beautiful. pain in the butt to pose, but it's beautiful. But it's not easy to get because it came out in 2012.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one. But the Infinity War, I think the Infinity War cap is a great figure, but you know,
If I was going to get one cap completely, it'd either be the concept cap or the in-game cap.
Ooh, concept,
because concept. I mean, I've had that figure. You just had a video on it. It's a great figure overall. I mean, yes, it wasn't in the movies, but it's an amazing figure in itself.
Yeah,
that's my number 3. If that'd be like if I collected, that would be my number 3's concept.
Yeah, concept's beautiful.
But then, of course, if you get an Iron Man, if you're trying to keep like one of each figure and only have one, then 85 and in-game cap.
Oh,
there you go.
All day long. That would be the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as much as I try to stay Star Wars in the collection, Marvel always creeps back in, and it's just
how many times have you sold your Marvel stuff?
Multiple.
About as many times as you sold your Star Wars stuff.
The figures enjoy you.
Multiple.
Yeah.
By the way, if you haven't already, for the people that are here, I'm actually giving away an in-game Captain America. If you guys don't know, we do have affiliate links with Collector Zone. Pop Collectibles is another stuff I've been getting first batch figures from. Sideshow Collectibles. I know a lot of you guys are buying stuff from Sideshow, I don't care where you buy stuff. I could care less where you buy it. Get it wherever you can get the best deal for yourself and work, whatever works for your budget, or whatever has stuff in stock. But if you buy stuff from Sideshow, we do have an affiliate link for that. It does help out the channel. And because the 5,000 people or 6,000 people, almost people that are in the Facebook groups and YouTube and whatever, have been using those affiliate links with Sideshow and these other partners, I'm taking some of that earnings and we're going to be giving away an in-game Captain America. So I'm going to be announcing how to win that in the next week or so. We'll put up a link in the Facebook group, which is another reason why you should join the Facebook group. But we're going to be giving away an in-game Captain America. In addition to that, we just gave away, with Collector's Own, we just gave away a Venom pool that fella got delivered today. So congratulations to that. Collector's Own donated that. That was awesome. And in the near future, there's something else coming. So
you're also giving something away on your Patreon.
Yeah, Patreon groups as well.
That's right. We're giving away. Let me go get that, by the way. Let me go get that because honestly, it's just too beautiful not to share. Hold on a second.
Got to.
And I will say while he's away for a second, for those that are in the Patreon groups, they can speak to the Zoom calls that we have. We all get together and we talk about collectibles and whatnot. It's not just about, there's different scales or levels, so to speak, for the Patreons. You don't have to be on that tier. You can just support the channel and jump in and say hi. And it's the same way for those channel members from YouTube. You can jump in, say hi. We can all, kind of shoot the breeze, so to speak.
True story.
Yep.
So we're actually giving away this guy. It's not even in the States yet. So we're giving away this guy out to one of the Patreons. Actually, is it this weekend? Yeah, this weekend. This weekend we're going to pick a winner for this guy. This is the luminescent effect UV light Mark IV armor. It is gorgeous, and out of all the other Spider-Man figures I have, he actually stands out. Not as much as the Iron Spider, but stands out quite a bit. It's a beautiful suit. So we're going to be giving this guy away, and super excited for whatever home he ends up in. This is what happens. I do live streams, guys. I end up with 75 figures on my table, and I haven't done a live stream in forever. I was just telling my wife that
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute, right? I go live on Instagram easy all the time because it's just one button. It's easy. In-game cap. So the projections for in-game cap are Friday. So that's what we're looking at. If Hot Toys pulls some kind of trickery and changes stuff up, not much I can do with that. But the projections are the rumors out there are that Friday is the day for in-game cap release in Hong Kong. So we'll see. At any moment, they can change their mind and do something else. So we're going to see in-game cap, and then we're going to see Hellboy. Those are kind of be the ones we're going to see next. They may flip it and say, here's Hellboy, and then we'll do in-game cap later or whatever. So who knows?
Or have something come out of left field again completely, like Dark Troopers.
Well, they might have there's announcements coming.
Yeah.
There are announcements, but as far as releases coming, should be one of those two. And the odds are high that we're going to see in-game cap this week. So stay tuned for that. Let's see here. If you let's see here. Wait a minute. The only Spider-Man I'm trying to get some chat up in here. If you guys have questions for us, throw them in the chat because
Here's one. Is Hulkbuster worth it? David Ashby.
Is Hulkbuster worth it?
I'd say it depends on your collection.
Again, man,
I think that very greatly figures. I mean, what's your focal point in your collection? If you have a lot of Iron Man figures, then it's a no-brainer like that because it's a beautiful figure and it's massive.
Here's how I ended up with Hulkbuster. Because I'm like you guys, I'm like $1,200. That's a lot of flip. That's some chunk. That's some change right there. And I debated it for a year and a half. I'm like, I just did. What I did is I looked at my collection and I said, what from my collection can leave to pay for the Hulkbuster? And that's what I did. I do not regret it. That's the one thing I can tell you. I do not regret the move I made to get it. Don't regret it. It's not a figure that I mess with it very much because it's like 28 pounds and it's a beast. Mm-hmm. But I am building a specific Iron Man display that's in the works as another studio upgrade that's in the works. And I kind of need it for that. And I don't regret it. That's the best thing I can tell you is I don't regret it. It is unlike anything else. And that's really all I can say. Until you've seen one in person, you don't quite grasp the size. So that's yeah, it's nuts. And I'm not the Infinity War version's okay. Like that one's that's fine. The Age of Ultron version is the one you want. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
$1,200 is too strong for me, sir. I'll let you all that get them. I'll admire your pictures and videos.
Yeah, I totally get it. It's not a. Yeah, I will tell you that I don't think you need the deluxe. If you can find the first version for $700-800, whatever, something like the first version without the jackhammer arm, I think that's just fine. I don't think you need the deluxe.
Yeah, I don't say the arm is worth $400.
No, I think if you can get the first version, that's a better buy. But I don't regret it. So, yeah. Any other questions out there? Have you, let's see, KG Collector says, have you considered or reconsidered buying Moducase? I have not reconsidered it, and I have a video coming out on that in the next couple weeks on why. Not that they're bad. I don't have anything against them. I just think there are other options that are more
budget friendly.
Financially, budget friendly.
I mean, that if you think about that, though, what you're saying about your display cases, let's take yours, for example. Mm-hmm. Yours came from a Facebook Marketplace. They're great shelves. They hold your figures.
Yeah. You
can modify those displays on a budget and probably still spend less than you can buying those other brands, right?
Oh, yeah. So in my display, and I've got more pieces. Like I could build another one if I wanted to. I got pieces in the garage or whatever. My cabinets, I have, if you count the cabinets and the LED lighting in them, I have less than $300 in it. Less than $300 in that collection display that you guys are,
and that's a big display cases. Those aren't small.
No, they're 5 foot tall and 12 foot wide and 30 inches deep.
Right.
It's substantial. I've got less than $300 in it. So have I thought about Moducase? Not for $300. And I think the Moducases are beautiful. I think there's nothing wrong with them. The 6 or 8 month wait time on them, not a big fan of that. But I think there's other options out there. So, yeah. But that's a good question. That's a good question. Let's see here. I just see. Oh, okay. I'm looking for some other questions. Here we go. Colin says, do you think Disney can make figures based on older properties like Rocketeer? I would 100% buy a Rocketeer figure.
Yeah, I would too. He mentioned it earlier. He was like, I would love to see a Rocketeer figure. And I was like, yes, I would. And that's like, I love that movie.
Well,
so
I don't think it'll happen because I don't think there's enough units to sell. But what you want, Hot Toys is going to make stuff that sells multiples. That's why we're seeing all these troopers.
Well,
it's people like me that'll buy 2 or 3 or 5 or 6. Somebody bought 10 Dark Troopers today. I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
that's awesome. But how many? Not everybody's going to buy 4 Cara Dune. Like I said, no. So even though we all need it, Disney, Mezco's making Rocketeer. That's not quite the same thing, but they are.
But they got a fan base, though. That was proven.
Yeah, no question about that.
I couldn't believe how much those Mezcos were going for compared to a Hot Toy. Those were going for strong prices.
IPM Coffee says, what trooper is next? Go watch last night's video. I kind of said it without saying it.
It's there.
You just got to. It's one of those things. Remember I was talking about the beginning of this stream? I just can't say certain things, and I said it without saying it. So that's the best I can do.
It's the patrol version of Easter eggs. So if you pay attention to the Easter eggs,
100%,
then you'll catch on. So
you gotta pay attention. So it's one of those things. If I get too specific, I could get a little slap on the wrist. So I'll try not to. So, anyways, so we've been on here an hour. That's crazy.
Yeah. Already.
So a couple things. We'll wrap this up because, it's late. One, thank you guys. We had almost 400 people here all night, which is awesome. So thank you very much. Join the Facebook group if you haven't already. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already. We're on our way to 100K, which is going to be epic. In-game cap giveaway coming very soon. And all the moderators in the chats, everybody, thank you. Channel members, all you guys, thank you very much. You guys rock. But stay tuned because we got more stuff coming up. Patreon, we've had a whole pile of people join the Patreon. We're giving away this guy. We give away a 6-scale figure every month. So this is just January's. February, we'll do something else. We'll see I don't know what it'll be. We'll come up with something cool. But like I said, this guy's not even out in the States yet. We're going to be picking a winner for that. I think I scheduled the Zoom meetup for Patreon channel members on Sunday. Did I schedule it for Sunday? I think I did. Saturday or Sunday this week. Whatever the 24th is, I think is what I said. Did I do that? Sunday. Yeah, 24th.
Sunday. Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, I think so. So come join us for that. And even if you're a channel member with those people with little green names, they're all channel members. You can join the channel membership for like $2 or something. It's something silly. But if you get in there, you have access to that Zoom meetup too. It's a lot of fun. So, and we do have Discord. I keep forgetting to tell people about that. We do have a Discord, and you guys should join that. You can come in here and chat, collecting, and whatever you want to. We play Rocket League in there on a somewhat nightly basis, and it's a lot of fun. So come join us in there.
We've done meetups in there as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So that's it for tonight. That's all. That's all I got. I don't have nothing else. That's it. That's all I got. So, guys, as always, collect what you like, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
See ya.